Listen up, man, because I'm about to keep it as straight up as a motherfucking stop sign with y'all. You read the title, right? Religion is a matrix meant to suffocate your soul into submission. Yes, sir. Let me say that again for the people in the back. Listen up, my guy. Religion is a motherfucking matrix meant to suffocate your soul into submission. You might be wondering, okay, man, what the hell does that even mean, bro? I've been sold and I've been told this lie about my reality that religion is the solution for my soul to achieve liberation. Now you're telling me that religion is the source that is suffocating my soul and putting me into submission. Well, make that make sense. What religion is it? How should I prevent it? How should I break myself free from this whole reality? Well, relax. Relax, my guy. I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath. Come on, do it with me. Get yourself grounded, because it's time for your boy to break this bitch down real quick like a brick for y'all. So first things first, what you must come to understand along this journey that we call life is that the ultimate goal of the soul is not to go to heaven, is not to prevent itself from going to hell. It's to be liberated. Let that marinate into your motherfucking mind. Let that sink into your psyche, my guy. The ultimate goal of the soul is liberation. Again, it's not going to heaven, and it's not preventing yourself from going to hell. It's to be liberated right here and right now. That is the ultimate goal of the soul. And this idea of liberation is referred to in the Eastern traditions as moksha. It's a sick name, moksha, liberation. Some people achieve liberation at the moment of death, but some people can live their lives in a liberated state. They can go throughout their day-to-day existence operating in a state of moksha, in a state of liberation. They call these beings in the yogic traditions a jivan mukti, a being that is liberated while they're still alive. At the end of the day, the ultimate goal is liberation. If you get that at the moment of death, then so be it. But if you can actually live your life in that liberated state, hey man, why don't you take your shot at it? This is something that religions, and I'm talking about the mainstream monotheistic religions that you see today in the modern day world as Judaism, Christianity, Islam. I'm talking about the Abrahamic traditions. This is something that they do not offer you. They don't offer you liberation. They suffocate your soul into submission. And you might be wondering, okay, man, what are you talking about? Stick with me. Just stick with me, my boy. Let me break it down. You see, in these traditions, there is a sense of duality within the world. There's what's good and there's what's bad. Who is the person, who is the authority that tells you what is good and tells you what is bad? Why isn't it the opposite way around? It's because there is an authority figure, a father figure, aka the Sky Father, God the Father, whatever you want to call it, that gives you these commandments, gives you these codes, gives you these conducts on how to live a pure and good life. And you are basically forced to follow that, even if it goes against your own nature, even if it goes against your own will, even if it goes against your own insights on how you should live your life. Because deep down within you, there is an instinctual code on how you should live your life to be able to allow yourself to be liberated while you are living. This information, this code of conduct that is within you is called your dharma. It's called your destiny. It is your duty. It is what is most natural to you. Your duty in this lifetime, in this incarnation, is to live in alignment to your dharma. That is how you achieve liberation while you're still alive. It's not to follow a certain set of rules. It's not to follow a certain set of codes, conducts, commandments that makes you submit yourself and your consciousness to something that is quote unquote higher than you. That's not the idea of what good should be. In some people's eyes, maybe that is good, but it's not the universal aspect of what's good in life. There's only what is good for you and what is bad for you. And what's good for you allows you to live your life in that dharmic alignment, which inevitably allows you to achieve liberation. And what is bad for you is what pulls you out of alignment to your dharma and pulls you deeper and deeper into submission into whatever it is, whether that's submission to the external world or submission to an external authority. At the end of the day, you are a sovereign being, not a mere cog in the machine, not a mere cog of the matrix. And the matrix we're talking about today is the overarching matrix, the metaphysical matrix, the Abrahamic matrix, that is a spell that is cast upon our psyches from the moment we were born. This is the society that we live in today. All these laws, all these rules, all these codes, all these conducts to keep order. Who is the one that wants the order? Who is the one that wants to keep everything uniform, in unison, in alignment to its agenda? It's this authority figure that we see in the Abrahamic traditions. And this has filtered into the entire society that we live in. You don't have to be religious to follow this tradition, to follow this spell, to be under this hypnotic cast that is basically pulling you away from realizing what is natural to your consciousness. You don't got to be religious to do that. A lot of people are religious to this system and they don't even know it. They're living their lives based off this script that is based off these religions. They're living their lives in a manner where they're trying to uphold a certain standard. That's a bar, write it down, man. That's a bar, write it down. They are essentially giving up their own autonomy to be able to be good boys in the eyes of society, in the eyes of the Sky Father, in the eyes of the external world, in hopes to one day reach heaven. You might not believe that, but that's how you're living your life. And if you don't believe in an afterlife, this is how you're living your life. That heaven might not be an afterlife place, location after your death. It might be the way that you live in. You don't want to be scolded by your parents. You don't want to be scolded by society. You don't want to be an outcast. So you follow this pathway. You follow this script on what is good and what is bad based off this agenda in order for you to not deal with any conflict. Because you're a coward. You're a coward and you're abandoning what is dharmic to you. What is your duty? What is your destiny? This is what this sickness and this system that these religions have brought into the world have done to people. To give up their own autonomous idea of what is good and what is bad for them, what is natural to them, the knowledge that is encoded into their very blood, into their very DNA, into their very essence, abandon that to follow this agenda. Abandon that to be a good boy in the eyes of society, in the eyes of the Sky Father. They want you to submit to the system. They want you to submit to this overall samsara cycle. And when I say the samsara cycle, I'm talking about the cycle of reincarnation, but that's for another video on another day. If you know, you know. If you don't know, watch my videos. You inevitably will figure out what the fuck samsara is. This is what this system is inevitably upholding. The cycling of consciousness from body to body, from incarnation to incarnation, in this wheel of suffering, because your soul has been searching, has been seeking for a life that will actually liberate it, where they're no longer dependent on the external world for dopamine, no longer dependent on the external world for validation, satisfaction. They find it from within because they are living in alignment to what? Their dharma. It's destiny. That is the ultimate goal of the soul. Remember, like we just said in the beginning of this video, the ultimate goal of the soul is to achieve liberation. The way you achieve liberation is different than the way I achieve liberation. But we all do the same thing when we submit and suffocate our souls to this system. We all kneel down. We all bend down. We all bow down to a power that is quote unquote higher than us in order to, again, appease this authority so we can live a conflict-free life. Again, you could be doing this even if you're not religious. You are not willing to bend the laws, bend the rules of reality because you're walking on eggshells. You're not willing to quit your job and go do what your heart is telling you to do. You're not willing to go against the grain of what your friends, your family, your society has told you is the right way to live because you don't want to piss anybody off and you don't want to be an outcast. At the highest level, it is doing it for this authority figure of the God figure that we have been sold and told lies about our entire lives. That there's some guy in the sky watching every single one of your moves, judging you, making sure that he checks off every box to see at the moment of death if you're good enough to get into his club or not. Does he open up the door for you? Does he let the bouncers allow you to go in or not? From the moment we were born, we've been told this. I don't care what religion you're brought up in. Even if you're not from these Abrahamic traditions, we live in an Abrahamic world. It's that spell cast upon our psyches in today's day and age. But there is a way to break free, and there is a way to live dharmically. That's a bar, write it down. There is a way to liberation. And that is, again, encoded into your very essence. The way you liberate yourself is different than the way I liberate myself. The way you live in alignment to your Dharma is different than the way I live in alignment to my Dharma. Because your Dharma is different than my Dharma. This is what brings beauty into the world. But this system wants to crush everything, wants to bring everything into unison. If the sun gets too big, what happens? It consumes all the planets around it. Everything gets absorbed into the sun, into the light. And this is what the system wants to pull you into. The religious system that we live in today and the society that we live in today. That wants to pull you into its dream, its agenda, its vision, and not allow you to access your own inner vision, create your own world, become your own planet, or become your own sun. You see, when you look at the story of the Bible, we see this dichotomy put at place. We have Jesus, a figure that bows down and kneels to the will of the Father, does his bidding. And we have another side of the coin, which is funny enough the same figure, because they're both referred to as a morning star. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm about to say. Lucifer. Lucifer, the devil, the Satan. He is referred to as a morning star, same as Jesus is in the Bible. But Jesus is a morning star that it gets absorbed into the sun. Lucifer is a morning star that becomes its own sun. That's why he rejected being a part of God's dream in the Garden of Eden. And inevitably, he was demonized. This is an analogy. This is a metaphor for anybody out there that goes against the grain of this system that religion has infected and put a sickness into the whole societal view of reality on. That is a metaphor. If you go against the grain of the system, you are Lucifer. You have Luciferian energy, and that's why they make it sound demonic. That's why they make it sound bad, satanic. Even if you break down what Satan means, it's not a word from the Bible. It's a Sanskrit word that are two combinations put together, Sat and Tan. But I'm not going to break that down for you right here and right now. That's something that you can read about or go do your own research on. Luciferian energy is that energy to go against the grain of what the father figure tells you, the authority figure tells you. And I'm not just talking about your dad. I'm talking about this patriarchal system that crushes your spirit, that tells you you're a sinner, that tells you that you're bad if you don't follow this script. That's what we're talking about. There is a force within this cosmic game that we call life that acts as this fatherly figure that is basically dominating our reality and pulling souls into its dream, pulling souls into its realm where it consumes them. If you want to get deep esoteric with this shit, man, go look into the cult of Saturn. Saturn is this sky father figure. And if you want to look at examples of what Saturn is, go look at the Greek mythological character Kronos. Look up right now on your Google, Kronos eating its own kids. There is a amazing painting depicting this whole idea of what Saturn, the sky father, does towards all of his children. There is a literal picture of a deity ripping its own kids' heads off with its own mouth, consuming them. That is another analogy and metaphor of ripping apart all of the beautiful individuation within the world, the differentiation, the ego within the world, to be consumed into the one source. This is what these systems lead you to. Unless you want to be consumed by God, then you have to wake up from this fucking spell. The way you can battle this is to become a god. And when I say that, some of y'all are like, oh, what the fuck, this guy's going crazy. When I say become a god, when I say become your own deity, what I'm really referring to is that you play the game of life by your own rules. And these rules are not dependent on what society tells you, on what these moralistic ideas of good and bad tell you. It's dependent on your dharma, what is natural to you. The rules the tiger plays by ain't the same rules that what the sheep plays by. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes a sheep, and that what makes a tiger. Imagine they're all put into a zoo and they're meant to live a life in this specific manner that is associated with what is good for everybody. The tiger's got to be vegetarian now. The tiger's got to have its claws declawed. It's got to take its fangs out. It's got to be good. It's got to be perfect. It's got to follow the system, or it's bad. It's evil. It's scolded. It's not going to get its food. Now we have no tigers. Everything is a sheep. That's the world we live in. Who the fuck is a tiger out here? Take a good look around you. All the pussies around you, all the people around you, fucking sheep. Sheep, being drawn and flocked off a cliff. And that cliff is another analogy, another metaphor for the dissolution of their divine essence, of their divine ego that you were brought here to express to the fullest magnitude. That is when you're living in alignment to your dharma, you become a unique character in this game of life. You become your own God, you become your own deity because you live by the rules that is natural to you. Not what somebody else told you is good, not what this God told you is good. You don't become a mirror of God. You don't become a slave. You become a competitive, individual in these cosmos to it. This is the difference, again, with Abrahamic traditions and what we see in the Dharmic traditions, aka the Aryan tradition of the East, where we see the difference between monotheism and polytheism, where anything can become a god in the polytheistic view, but nothing has a chance to override the higher power of existence, God the Father, in the monotheistic tradition. Again, when I say you are accessing Godhood, I'm saying you are living a life that is in liberation and also dependent on what is your dharma. You no longer bend and kneel down to any system to any society, to any moralistic standards. You do what brings you into harmony. It doesn't matter if you step on people's toes along the way. It does not matter. Because you are living what Nietzsche said, beyond good and evil. This is the Aryan spirit that has been killed in the modern day world. Go take a look at all the pagan traditions of the world that used to uphold this spirit. Gone. What replaced them, what conquested them, what conquered them? Abrahamic bullshit. And that's why everybody is basically a sheep. It's infiltrated culture. It's infiltrated our society. It's infiltrated the framework of our entire timeline of existence in today's day and age. Look at the schooling system. It's based off of this. Everybody's given a script. School, job, house, wife, kids, retire, die. If you don't do that, you're a failure. If you don't do that, you're not a good citizen. If you don't do that, you have not achieved success in life. And a lot of people, again, just follow it like sheep. Don't question it. Don't think about anything further than that. Don't realize that there is a soul voice within them that knows exactly what it needs to do, knows what it's brought here to do, and what is actually going to bring it fulfillment. And instead, what do? We follow this script and still feel unfulfilled. And how do we go and cope with this? Is through coping mechanisms like drugs, alcohol, sex, this, that, all these compulsions that, again, they tell you is sinful, is bad. So you feel shit about yourself, so you strive further and deeper into their hole. You're in a fucking ping pong game. You're the ball being hit this way, hit that way, hit this way, hit that way. Your consciousness is that ping pong ball. No direction. No innate knowing of who you are, of what you're brought here to do. You go on this path and you plot on this path. You hit this way, then you're hit that way. This is, again, the game of life that we're living in. This is the system. This is the spell cast upon your psyche. And until you wake up from this dream, until you wake up and smell the motherfucking coffee when it comes to this system, you will remain as a slave to it. Because this system, again, is double-sided. Is a double-sided coin, is a double-sided sword, double-edged sword. The Christ trap and the Antichrist trap. Where you try to become like Christ, you try to submit yourself to this system, to be a good boy, or on the other side, try to go so far away from it that you fall into the other side of the trap, the side of degeneracy. You lose your ego, you lose your divinity, you lose your dharma in both ways, whether that's through dogma or degeneracy. Dogma or degeneracy. It's the same shit, just packaged in a different form. It's the same sword, just two different ends of it. It's still gonna cut you. It's still gonna slice you open. It's still gonna cut you off from your dharma. And I'm not telling you, again, some of you might be thinking, oh, if there's no rules, that means you just gotta be a degenerate the entire time. That's not what I'm trying to say. That's not what I'm trying to imply to you guys. What I'm saying is that there is a set of rules that is for you. There is a set of codes and conducts for you. It's not dogmatic. And it's not pure degeneracy. It's that dharmic balance. And that's what you're looking for. And that's within you. You're not going to find it in a podcast. You're not going to find it when you go to church. You're not going to find it when you go to your mosque. You're not going to find it when you go to the temple. None of that shit. It's within you. This is dharma. This is innate knowledge. This is gnosis that resides within your very being right here, right now. And you've just been disconnected from it. And everything this system is pulling at you, whether it's the dogmatic bullcrap or the degenerate bullcrap, is meant to keep your consciousness stuck in a state where it never realizes its dharma. It never realizes its innate divinity. It never realizes what is natural to it. So you remain in the system forever. You know, having your consciousness being passed back and forth like a fucking blunt. You're getting smoked, bitch. You're getting smoked. Your psyche's getting smoked. Your soul's getting smoked. Like a 3.5 in a blunt. In a fucking backwood. Do you see what I'm saying? Are you picking up what the fuck I'm putting down? This is the system. This is the real matrix. Not what Andrew Tate told you. Not what all these self-improvement faggots told you. This is the spell that has been put under your soul from the moment you were born. And it will stay here until you wake up from it. On how you can live your life in a way that is liberating to your soul. There's a blueprint for this shit, and it's residing within you. You just have to explore your consciousness to figure it out. Because each plane of consciousness that you have within your system that is categorized in the yogic tradition as your chakras. And when I say chakras, I don't want you guys to be like, oh man, that sounds fucking woo-woo, wah-wah, new age spiritual. Nah, man, it's a science, bitch. Let me break it down. Each one of these chakras is a plane of consciousness. If you are operating right now sober and I gave you some alcohol, your consciousness is altered. The way you think, the way you perceive reality is changed, right? That is an alteration of your consciousness because you're in a different plane. Do you see what I'm saying? If I give you weed though, your consciousness alters into a different plane. You perceive reality different from when you were sober and from when you were drunk. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? That's the alterations of consciousness because these substances root you in specific chakras, in specific planes. And each one of these planes has a poison to it, and each one of these planes holds a piece of the puzzle of what your dharma is. Your job right now is to gather each piece of the puzzle like you gathering the motherfucking infinity stones that you put into the gauntlet like you're Thanos. And guess what? When Thanos puts that gauntlet in, he's got power. He becomes a god, right? He controls his reality. I'm not saying you're going to snap your fingers and reality's going to break like Thanos when you go through this process of exploring your consciousness. But what I'm saying is basically you collect all the infinity stones like you're playing Pokemon, man. Got to catch them all. And all these things piece out the puzzle, paint the picture of what your dharma is. And now once you have the realization of that blueprint of what your dharma is, now you can live it to the fullest extent. Now you can build off that blueprint. Now you can base all your decisions off of this framework that is fulfilling to your soul. Not a framework that will put you into submission to the Sky Father, and not a framework that completely abandons any rules and goes straight into degeneracy. It's not dogmatic and it's not degenerate. It is dharmic, which is a nice balance of what? Chaos and order. You have your own dharma, but also you have your own karmas that is blocking you from that dharma. When I say karmas, I'm not talking about you do good things will happen to you. You do bad things will happen to you. No, I'm talking about the ties, the actual compulsions that keeps your consciousness rooted in specific planes, those poisons that does not allow you to unlock that piece of the puzzle, to unlock that piece of consciousness, to unlock that infinity stones. We are living in a time and day and age that is called Kali Yuga in the yogic traditions, because in that tradition, time goes in cycles. It does not go in a linear fashion. And the cycle of time that we're living in right now is called Kali Yuga, where basically your consciousness is rooted and stuck in its lower planes, where it's thinking about survival, sex, and status, and where you are so connected to the body, to the physical, to the material, that you have such a deep disconnect to the spiritual. These are all aspects of yourself, and each plane of consciousness is a ladder that either brings you down to the material or brings you up to the subtle and spiritual. Your job is to climb up your spine, climb up the chakras, to go back to the soul, go back to the source of what is your dharma. Because there is a voice that knows what it is, but that voice is drowned out by the volume of degeneracy, by the volume of dogma. You need to turn all that bullshit off to realize what's your blueprint, what is your dharma, and what is good for you and what is bad for you. If you want to suffocate your soul, by all means, go ahead. Live a life of suffering, live a life of unfulfillment. Like all these dumbass religious people, they're suffering in life. Hopefully, they'll get a good life in the afterlife. Go to heaven. You're suffering. How do I know you're suffering? You're addicted to shit. To escape your reality of suffering. If you put a tiger into a zoo, I don't care how much drugs you give it. I don't care how much food you give it. I don't care about how much sex you let it have. It's all doing that to escape. Because it builds disorders. Because it hates its reality. It's not living in alignment to its dharma. You take a tiger that's in the safari, in the wild, in its element, in its habitat, in its natural state. I guarantee you it's not going to be a fucking junkie for dopamine. Do you see what I'm saying? When people are living out of alignment to their dharma, this is where addictions come from. This is where compulsions come from. The journey of this process to realize your dharma is to remove all those compulsions, remove all those addictions, and remove all those habits that are distracting you from what is truly natural to you in order to find out what is innate to your essence and how you can live a life that is fully aligned to that. So you have no need of these dogmas. You have no need of these dopamine habits to give you any source of happiness. You are happy, you are aligned, you are in your natural state. Don't matter how much food, drugs, and sex that you give a fish that is pulled out of water, it's gonna want to go back into the water. It don't matter how much food, drugs, and sex you give to a bird that's put into a cage, it wants to go fly outside of its cage. Why? Because that is its dharma. Do you see what I'm saying? The same analogy applies for you. I know that you might think that you are adapted to a new way of life because you're a human being. No, man, dharma is eternal. Everybody and everything has got its dharma, and the universe itself got its dharma. If you're not playing your role, your dharma, you make this cosmic symphony of life go off beat. So not only does your dharma allow others to follow their dharma, but it upholds the cyclical, natural rhythm of reality rather than cut it off at one note. Imagine you play your life or your music only had one note. That's what the system wants to bring into the world. Everybody plays one note. Man, that shit sounds horrible. It's only one way of existence, and it's either submission or rejection. It's either dogmatic or degenerate. It's not beauty. It's not individuated. It's not its own thing. This is again why religion, the religious system, is a matrix meant to suffocate your soul. And not just these actual spiritual religions. I'm talking about the religion of the culture that we're living in. It's all scripted for you to submit to a certain standard, to a certain agenda. When are you gonna wake up from it? Because don't try to fool yourself. You know what I'm saying is 100% fact. No cap in my rap. You're picking up what the fuck I'm putting down. You can't really debate it because this is the truth. Whatever way you want to spin it comes back down to the system that wants to suffocate your soul into submission. Why do you want to go to heaven? Why do you want to live in somebody else's pure land, perfect land? Why don't you create your own? Imagine some hunter goes into the wild and tells this tiger, you gotta come to my zoo, man. It's the best. It's awesome. What you're doing right now is wrong, man. Don't do that shit. You gotta come here. And the tiger's like, nah, bro, I'm fucking good. I'm chilling. No, man, you have to. You fucking have to. Or you're a bad person, or you're gonna go to hell. You're gonna just burn in eternity. This is what this is. It's pulling you out of your natural essence, pulling you in a state where your consciousness is disconnected from it. So you inevitably go looking for the perfect pure land, heaven. You have your own version of heaven, and your version of heaven might be hell to me. My version of heaven might be hell to you. Who's right, who's wrong? At the end of the day, it's up to you. And it's your life. And it's your dharma. And it's your destiny. And it's your duty. And that's what makes life beautiful. What's beautiful to me might be fucking disgusting to you. If I look at this painting, I'm like, God damn it, man, that is bellissimo work of art. And you're like, God damn it, man, that looks like a fucking 4-year-old toddler just had diarrhea on that fucking canvas. That looks like horse shit. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who's right to tell you that this is the perfect way to live? And who's wrong to tell you this is the wrong way to live? There is no standard. It's all individuated. And it's all dependent on your dharma. And again, you might be wondering, okay, man, well, how the fuck do I find my dharma? I'm picking up what you're putting down. You must dissolve your karmas. Again, your consciousness knows its dharma. It just forgot it. It needs to pick up all those infinity stones to piece it together. And this is what this journey of the right-hand path of self-mastery is about. Not self-improvement. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it fucked up. Self-improvement is just another religious system meant to make you, again, a slave to this matrix. Do this, and do that habit, and then you'll be fucking a top G. Then you'll be happy in life. That don't work for everybody. I don't give a damn about Bugattis. I don't care about how many bitches I fuck. I don't give a damn. And you're trying to sell me this solution that this is what it takes to fucking be a man. Man, fuck your idea of being a man. The most masculine thing you could do is to define your own version of success. Go against the system, not listen to all this shit. That's what a real man does. That's somebody that has his ball sack dragging on the floor does. Big ball shit. This is what it takes for one to walk up the path of self-mastery, the mountain of self-mastery, which is a metaphor for rising up your spine, from going from those lower planes that you're, again, rooted in within Kali Yuga and overcoming each compulsion in each plane of consciousness because you are stuck in the poisons. And when you're stuck in the poisons, you can't ascend to the other planes and you can't collect the other infinity stones. The right-hand path of self-mastery, which is called Dakshinachara in Tantric Yoga, is the pathway for the modern-day man to get towards the ascending journey of his consciousness to where he realizes once again who he truly is, beyond just what society tells him and what it is that he's really brought here to do, aside from what society tells him, aside from what this system has sold him. Who knows what beauty you could bring into the world until you realize your dharma. You have no idea what it is, but you know what it is at the same time. It's like you forgetting the password to your phone. You're in a big ass, club, and there's so much music going on. Disco. And you can't even fucking think. You know what the password to your phone is, but you don't know what it is. You go into another room, and finally you can hear it. That is my password. Open it up. Boom. You've unlocked your dharma. That is what this right-hand path of self-mastery is about, because all these practices, the whole orientation of what this path is to renounce your attachment to these compulsions. Renounce your dependency to these dopamine things. Renounce your dependency to dogma. You are trying to induce an ego death on this right-hand path. And when I say ego death, I'm not talking about like you take psychedelics and you get to ego death. Yeah, that is a way you can get to it. But a sustainable manner of you are disintegrating all the lies, all the bullshit, all the programming, all the psychic conditioning that has been cast a spell upon you from the moment you were born. You're trying to burn it down to a crisp. You're trying to peel back all the layers of the onion till you get to the core. And what's in your core? That is your dharma. And now once you've gotten to the core, you can reconstruct your ego around that. It's like, here's another analogy. You go buy a fucking house and you rip it down to the bolts, all the way down to the framework. And then you rebuild it back to the exact way that it's supposed to be and that is natural to you on how you see your vision of that house. That is what we're trying to do on this right-hand path. It's not to become enlightened, not to go to heaven, not none of this shit. Is to remove and destroy your false ego that has been programmed into your psyche from the moment you were born in order to reveal what is truly your essence and develop an ego on top of that that will allow you to consciously express this dharma to its fullest extent. Do you see what I'm saying? This is, again, what we talk about over here on this channel. The Philosopher Files right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these games. You dig what the fuck I'm saying? No cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. This is what we talk about over on my main channel. Matter of fact, if you don't know about the main channel yet, man, you are missing out. Because like I just said, man, this is my second channel, The Philosopher Files. Where, again, we're out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping y'all that game so you guys can make these gains. Where we do all of our content like this. Raw, uncut, unfiltered, straight to the point. Like we're basically having a podcast with each other, like we're having a FaceTime call with each other. This is what we cook up over here on this channel. This is the type of the content that we cook up over on this channel. But if you want to see another side of the coin where we are still talking about these same topics, chopping it up by these same types of concepts, but from a different angle, we are still uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, aka the right-hand path of Dakshinacharya, but just from a different angle. That's what the main channel is all about. Because I'm telling you, man, every time you tap into a main channel video, you better be ready to watch a movie, because this is a goddamn cinematic experience that you better have, man. With our nice scripted content, with our nice high-quality edits, it's just going to be a visual, entertaining experience where we are still, again, uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery. So if you have not tapped into the main channel yet, man, you are missing out. Check the link posted in the description box down below. That is where you'll find a link to the main channel, The Philosopher. Subscribe, get up on some games so you ain't out here looking like a lame. Because, hey, man, maybe you like that channel more than this channel. Maybe you like this channel more than that channel. Maybe you just wanted the best of both worlds to get this information, get this knowledge of Dharma, Dakshinacharya, the right-hand path of self-mastery, to dissolve your karmas and discover your Dharma. This is what we do here on the Philosopher Files and the Philosopher. Again, if you want to find out more about the main channel, again, description box down below. Click that link, subscribe, and get up on all the content that we're cooking up over there too as well. But also underneath the link to my main channel, The Philosopher, that you'll find in the description box, is a link to my Instagram. Because you ever want to talk about these different types of topics, chop it up at these different types of concepts, my DMs are always open. Do not be shy. Shoot your boy a shot. Slide in the DMs. Not like that though. Pause. That don't roll with me. I don't roll like that. But I'm talking about just let's connect over there. Shoot your boy a shot. Don't be shy. And also follow me on Instagram so you can get up with all the content that we're cooking up over on that platform as well. Again, description box down below, my Instagram and my main channel, The Philosopher. Make sure you go run it up. But like I was saying, all the stuff that we talk about here on this channel, all the stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, all the stuff that we talk about over in the private Patreon community. Matter of fact, we're going to take a quick pause right here, right now for the fucking private Patreon community. Because look, man, most people have already clicked off this video. Most people got triggered. Most people can't handle the way I talk. Most people just, quite frankly, can't pick up what the fuck I'm putting down. But you still here. You still here, and that's for a reason. You are what I like to call a spiritual savage. You are about this life of self-mastery. You ready to walk the right hand, or you would already clicked off. You wouldn't be able to resonate with this message. Only a real spiritual savage, only a real aspirant of this path can watch a video for this long. I'm telling you. I am telling you. I know this. So if you are still here, I'm guessing that you're one of these motherfuckers. You are a real spiritual savage. You are sick and tired of being sick and tired of living a life where your soul is unexpressed, where your soul is put into submission, whether it's through dogma or degeneracy. You see what the system does. You see how it pulls you away from your dharma. You see how it makes you live an unnatural life and inevitably lead to these dopamine habits to escape your reality. You see it, and you're ready to break free. If you're one of those individuals, man, I'm gonna need you to do me a quick favor. Pause whatever you're doing right now and find the closest mirror to you. I don't care if it's in the selfie camera of your phone. I don't care if it's in your bathroom. I don't care if it's in somebody else's car window. Stare through that window, stare into their eyes, make them uncomfortable. Do what you got to do to take a good, hard look in the closest mirror to you. Come on, man, I can wait. I'll wait all day. I can wait all day. Come on, man. Take a good, hard look in that mirror. Stare right into the eyes and right into the soul of that man that's staring right into your system. When you look into that mirror, really let it get a mental picture, a click-clack Kodak moment going on, so you can really let it marinate into your mind, let it sink into your psyche. Because I need you, yes, you, to realize that you're doing that man that's staring right into your eyes and right into your soul when you look into that mirror. Not me. You're doing him a huge motherfucking disfavor by not joining up into the private Patreon community yet if you consider yourself someone serious about this path of self-mastery, someone serious about this journey of dissolving your karmas to discover your dharma and breaking free from this cycle, from this system, this sickness that is suffocating your soul. Because I'm telling you, man, if you enjoy the content that we cook up over here on this channel, if you enjoy the content that we're cooking up over on the main channel, your mind is going to be blown into bits with the type of content that we're cooking up over on the private Patreon community. I'm talking about exclusive videos that you ain't gonna find on this channel, you ain't gonna find on the main channel. Matter of fact, you ain't gonna find this anywhere else on the internet, because it's some real deal game, real deal sauce for your motherfucking brain to help you elevate on every single plane of consciousness. I'm talking about we are uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery to a level you've never seen. So if you consider yourself a real spiritual savage, I'm telling you, man, this is the place to be, because not only do you get access to this treasure trove of exclusive content uncovering this esoteric science of self-mastery, but also access to all of our full guides, our in-depth occult lectures, our digital libraries, and most importantly, an invitation to the Philosopher's Circle. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Not the Philosopher's Circle. I'm talking about the motherfucking Philosopher's Circle, aka our private inner circle community, where you'll be invited into our group chat, where you'll be surrounded with other spiritual savages, other like-minded men who are walking up this mountain of self-mastery side by side with you. We're gonna hold you accountable, who want to see you dissolve your karmas and inevitably discover your dharma. They want to see your differentiated beauty expressed into the world. They want to see you elevate up the spine and inevitably liberate yourself during this time. Oh man, that's a bar. Write it down. Write it down. Somebody better clip that shit. Come on now, man. If you want to be surrounded with individuals that are walking up this mountain with you, I'm telling you, man, this is the place to be. And it needs to be noted, again, we all walking up the same mountain of our spine, but the way we start up on the mountain is different. The way we go up it is different. You might start there, I might start here. You might take that route, I might take this route. But at the end of the day, the principles to uncover and dissolve the karmas in that plane, in these obstacles, along the spine, along the mountain, is universal. It is a science, and this is the science of self-mastery that I base and revolve all of my teachings around, that originates from the Aryan traditions of the East. If you want to be around individuals like that are serious about this path, that are also spiritual savages, I'm telling you, man, this is the place to be, because not only is it a group chat, Not only is a Philosopher's Circle a place where you can chat with everyone, but also this is where we host our bi-weekly Mastermind live calls. Yes, sir, you heard me right. Bi-weekly Mastermind live calls where you hop on a live call with me, as well as this community of like-minded men who are on this path of self-mastery, where you can talk about these topics. We can go more in-depth and more in detail. You can get personalized guidance. You can be held accountable. This is the place to be for real spiritual savages. I can 100% guarantee you that shit, man. 100% guarantee you that. Because you've all heard the saying, man, that you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around most with. You hang around with 5 sheep, you're gonna be the 6th sheep. You hang around with 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, whatever it is that we grow to. You hang around with all those spiritual savages, you are gonna become one too. So look, man, like I said, if you're a real spiritual savage, what else more is there to say? I can 100% guarantee you this is the place to be for you. But if you need any more information about the Philosopher's Circle and the private Patreon community as a whole, check out the link posted in the pinned comment of this video, not the description box. Description box, again, is where you'll find a link to my Instagram and my main channel, The Philosopher. I'm talking about the description box, the pinned comment of this video. Scroll in the comment section. It's right there for you. It's a comment, first one pinned up by me. Click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there, you can join up as a member of the private Patreon community and also check out the other services I provide, such as private personalized coaching. If you're someone who's truly, truly, truly serious about this path of self-mastery, that's looking to work with me one-on-one, mano-a-mano, to help guide you up this mountain by curating a personalized approach to this ascent up the spine using this esoteric science of self-mastery directly for you. This is what this coaching program is all about. Again, dissolving your karmas to discover your dharma. I don't know your dharma. Your mom don't know your dharma. Your dad don't know your dharma. Your pastor don't know your dharma. Jesus Christ don't know your dharma. Only you do. But what I do know for damn sure is how to dissolve your karmas. And once you dissolve your karmas, the dharma is right there. It's like the sun. When the sun is out, you can see it clear as day. But when it's cloudy, you can't see the sun. Do you believe that the sun is not there and somebody's got to bring it? No, you know it's there. That is your dharma. Your dharma right now is covered up, not by clouds, but by karmas, by these compulsions, by these poisons in these planes of consciousness that there is a science on how you can overcome. And once you overcome them, through this journey of self-mastery, you will realize who you truly are and what is natural to you, so you can live a life that fulfills your soul, nourishes your spirit, instead of submitting to degeneracy or submitting to dogma like a fucking sheep. So if you're ready, if you're someone who's truly ready to ascend and evolve along this journey of self-mastery and looking to work with you one-on-one, this is what this coaching program is all about. Shoot your boy an application and we'll see if your entry meets the qualifications and criteria for the program. But if you just want to book a one-time call with your boy, discuss anything that you're dealing with to help you get back on the right track towards, again, dissolving your karma so you can discover your dharma, that's what we got our consultation call booking link for too as well. Again, you can find all of this in the pinned comments video. Click that link, you'll be forwarded to our page, and from there you can pick and choose whether it's join up into the Philosopher's Circle, it's applying to the coaching program, or booking a consultation call. You can pick and choose which one of these services best suits you. But like I was saying, man, all this stuff that we talk about here on this channel, all this stuff that we talk about over on the main channel, all this stuff that we talk about over on the private Patreon community and personalized coaching program especially, is this journey of self-mastery. Not self-improvement, not no new age spiritual nonsense. It is an ancient tradition, it is an ancient science that has been broken down for us by these sages of the Aryan traditions of the past. My dharma, my destiny, my duty, what fills me, what is natural to me, what I'm pulled towards, what I'm called towards, is to revive this Aryan flame, revive the dharmic traditions, revive this esoteric science of self-mastery, and break it down in a way, break it down like a brick for y'all. So the modern day man, like me, like you can apply into your life. You can see the practical applications on this, because this ain't easy stuff to understand, trust me. And I'm not that smart. If you believe that I'm making this shit up, trust me, I'm not that smart. What I'm doing is reviving and resurrecting this knowledge. bringing it back into the modern day world and breaking it down like a motherfucking brick for y'all so you can apply it into your lives. Make it more applicable for the modern day man. That is my dharma. That is my duty. My duty is to preserve dharma and make sure the spiritual savages, like me, like you, can have the runway, can have the science, can have the understanding of how they can dissolve their karmas, to discover their dharma, to inevitably live a life that liberates their soul, instead of living a life that's submitting to a system, submitting and succumbing to this fucking spell. That's the only thing that fulfills me in this life. And this is what I'm here to do. I'm here to fucking cause some havoc. Cause some fucking chaos. So don't believe me if you don't want to. You can go read these texts that I do, that I break down for you guys. But at the end of the day, I'm not making this shit up. Ecclesiastes chapter 8 verse 9, there's nothing new under the sun. Everything that I'm talking about has already been said and done. I'm just reviving it for the real spiritual savages. And if you're watching this video this far, I always say this. The people that watch this channel in specific, the second channel, aka the Philosopher Files, right here in the field, in the flesh, dropping out at games so you guys can make these gains, no cuts, no edits, just straight up speaking off the dome. You guys are the 1 percentile of the population that is not suffering from brain rot in today's day and age. Most people can't listen to a video for this long. And you add on top of that, the density of the topics that we discuss here is going right over their heads. They cannot pick up what the fuck I'm putting down, but you are. If you weren't able to do so, you would have clicked off. Because look, man, I know I'm entertaining and I know I look good, but god damn it, man, I'm not that entertaining and I do not look that good for you to waste damn near an hour of your life that you're never going to get back watching this video if you did not resonate with the message. That is the most important thing that you must come to understand. You resonate with this message for a specific reason. You are more matured psychologically and spiritually speaking than the masses. I don't know how, I don't know why. To be honest, I don't even care. Maybe in the past lives, you've dissolved some karmas that put you in this incarnation where you can understand and grasp these dharmic teachings that I'm breaking down. But it don't matter. At the end of the day, you have to realize that this incarnation could be your one-way ticket to punch in your way to spiritual liberation. The Dharma is speaking through me and to you, and you resonate with the message. Forget about the messenger. Yeah, maybe the way I break it down, maybe the way I spin it, maybe the way I talk about it finally allows it to click within your consciousness. But again, the Dharma is speaking through me to you. Forget about the messenger, focus on the message. You resonate with the dharmic implications that we're talking about here, or you would have clicked off. And this is a clear sign that you're ready. It's time to walk the right hand. It's time to dissolve your karmas and discover your dharma. Because just listening to me talk ain't enough. I'm planting the seeds into your psyche, but you must let it grow. And the only way you let it grow is to take this knowledge and turn it into gnosis. You need to take this understanding and turn it into understanding. You must go from the head to the heart, and the only way you make that transition is to first-hand experience. Because you could watch all my videos, go from video to video to video to video, binge it, and get more and more information. Wow, man, that makes a lot of sense. Dissolve your karma, discover your dharma. This system is making me submit to a specific, way of life that is not fulfilling to me. Yeah, you can understand all that, but until you walk up this mountain for your firsthand for yourself, you're not going to ever realize and understand what I'm talking about. Understanding is one thing, but understanding is totally different. I need you to understand this shit. Because you can be like these self-improvement faggots that watch video after video after video, read self-help book after self-help book after self-help book, yet never apply the wisdom, never apply the knowledge. You can be just like them, mental masturbating, but in this case, you spiritually masturbating. You circle jerking to my content, my boy. Don't do that shit. That's weird. That's sus. Don't do that shit. I need you to apply this wisdom. And you might be wondering, okay, well, how do I apply it? You got all the content here. Breaking all this stuff down. Yeah, I got all the content on the main channel. And if you want more direct one-on-one advice, you want more practical practices, this is what we have all the other services for that you can find in the pinned comment of this video. Whether it's joining up into the coaching program, joining into the Philosopher Circle, booking a consultation call. This is the higher advanced stuff that we keep for the real spiritual savages. I don't spill that for everyone. Because some of you are going to watch this video all the way through and do jack shit, absolutely nothing with it. If you're really serious about this and you want to learn how to apply it, then we have content here on this channel, the main channel, but also more advanced stuff on my private community, on my personalized coaching program, that we can talk about in a consultation call. You have no excuses what I'm saying. Religion is a matrix meant to keep your soul submitted into this system. But it's self-mastery. The right-hand path is the solution for you to reclaim back your sovereignty, to live in alignment to your Dharma, and inevitably live a life that liberates your soul. This is the dichotomy that you're in. Will you walk up this mountain? Will you dissolve your ego that is keeping you bound to this? Will you collect all the infinity stones? Will you overcome your compulsions to discover your Dharma by dissolving your karmas through this right-hand path and esoteric science of self-mastery? Or will you submit to the system and go into degeneracy or follow the dogma? At the end of the day, you're being absorbed either into pure darkness or into pure light. You never get to shine your beautiful colors into the world and become your own sun. You either get absorbed into the void or you get absorbed into the other void. One void looks all pure, clean, and white. The other void is all dark and black. It's the void at the end of the day. Do you want to become your own void, though? You want to become your own entity, your own sovereignty. You want to become your own God. You want to become a deity. If you do, I'll meet you at the top of this mountain of self-mastery. Because I'm walking up this bitch side by side with the spiritual savages. I might be a couple of steps ahead of you guys, helping you streamline the journey, but I'm there with you. 10 toes down. Will I see you at the top? That's the question you must ask yourself. For those that want to be sheep, remain sheeps. But if you made it this far into the video, I'm guessing that's not the case. You want to become your own entity, like a tiger. And until you learn how to ride that tiger, you're always going to be a slave to it, and it's always going to be an idea in your imagination. When you walk the right hand, that's how you learn how to tame it. This is how you discover and realize what makes you that tiger, what makes you beautiful, what makes you your own divine essence. And you can live a life that is aligned to that, that will fulfill your soul. Do you want that? Well, it comes with a cost. You must pay the price. And the price is the struggle that you must face on this mountain of self-mastery. It ain't fucking all sunshines and rainbows here on the right-hand path. That's why it's only for the real spiritual savages. Will you remain a slave to the system that religion has cast a spell upon in our entire society? Or will you reject it and become your own system? Some food for thought. It's been your boy out here in the field, in the flesh, dropping you all that game so you guys can make these gains, and I'm out of here. Peace.